think you can mark.
And that's how it's coming
Will there
through?
be city council?
Interesting.
All right, I will call to order the Public Utilities Commission meeting of July 23rd, 2024. The first item on our agenda today is our consent agenda. Are there any comments?
President Visser, I just just a couple comments on the director's report. Just to let you know, Travelers Insurance had been in the power plant, had inspected the boilers, so they're all done for this year. Everything came back good. And then also, with regards to our, the lead and copper inventory, I think I discussed last meeting that Bolton and Mink had been hired. We received a grant from the Minnesota Department of Health. As of today, we have only 440 unknown residential services, so that's really good. We have depleted the grant funds, so staff will continue to work towards that, but that's less than 9% of all residential services, so we're doing pretty good. And then also on the gas front, the Minnesota Office of Pipeline Safety, MinOps, they have been here. They did their field and records inspection, so that's complete, and everything came back good for that as well. So that's all I have.
Is there any further comments on that? Not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll offer the motion to approve the consent agenda items.
I'll second.
All right, a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next up is our Employee of the Month recognition.
Yes, Scott Nisley is the Employee of the Month for June of 2024. Scott is a first-class lineman within the electric department. His supervisor feels that he should receive this award because of all the extra things that he does on the job. He'll step up and take over crew chief responsibilities if the crew chief is gone. He's very good at teaching and instructing the less experienced linemen, and he has a positive attitude when it comes to the quality of work. He always exceeds the standards and that have been set by the department, and he's a valuable part of the team. So congratulations to Scott Nisley.
I'll make the motion to recognize Scott Nisley as Employee of the Month for June 2024.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? No? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much, Scott. Next up is our presentation of New Ulm Public Utilities interns.
Yeah, Katerina's here. I think we talked about that a couple of meetings ago, that we were fortunate enough to get a German intern to come. She is actually from the University of Munster. And we thought maybe it would be good to have her come to a meeting, introduce herself, and just kind of tell you a little bit about herself and also what she's been doing for the utilities. So if you want to come up, Katerina.
I'm Katharina Reiswig, and I'm a third-year student at the University of Applied Science in Münster, and I'm doing environmental engineering. And by the end of the third year, we have to do an internship. And I got the email from my professor, Vera, that there are multiple placements in Minnesota, so I applied and got matched with New Ulm, with the New Ulm Public Utilities, where I'm working with the water and wastewater facility. And they have two projects that I'm working on. The one at the wastewater plant is about an equalization basin, since we have quite a lot industrial flow and a high BOD. We struggle a little bit with the bacteria because they get like a lot of nutrition, a lot of food on one day, and then they would starve the other days and then get again a lot of BOD, a lot of nutrition, and then die again. So we have to accept the challenge and build an equalization basin to keep the bacteria happy. And then on the water side, we are looking into different filter media like pyrolusite or green sand to improve the water quality and the backwash time. And yeah, so that's kind of what I'm doing here, and I'm enjoying my time here. Yeah.
Very cool. Thank you. Well, how long are you here till?
I arrived on the 1st of April, and I'll be here till the end of August. So I have a 5-month internship in Yalm.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's been really enjoyable to have Katerina, and she's very smart girl, and has fit in really well in the projects, and I think it's going to be, the information she gets for us will be valuable. So
Fantastic.
it's been a great experience for the public utilities, so hopefully the same for her as well.
Yeah, it's very valuable for me too.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank
Very
you.
cool. Very, very cool.
I'll make the motion to receive an order filed, the introduction and presentation from German intern Katharina Resvik on her internship with the Newham Public Utilities.
I'll second.
And a second, is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item on our agenda is an HVAC study.
Yeah, we are, the utility is having some issues with our HVAC system. We have some money available in one of our accounts. It was not included in the budget, but the purpose of the study is basically to take a look at this, to take a look at the HVAC systems. We want to identify any recommendations, work with potential proposals that we could put in the budget for 2025. This study is being done by Frontier Energy, which is a consultant that we have for energy efficiency. So we'll be looking at ways to improve energy efficiency in the administration building, in the form of maybe, different fans, different ways that the HVAC can be plumbed. I think the original system was put in 2013. We have some heating and cooling issues where if one door is shut, the other offices either freeze or they get so hot. So I think it's valuable money to spend just to kind of get an idea of where we're going and get a budget number, so.
Seems to make sense.
I'll offer the motion to receive an order filed, the purchase of consulting services from Frontier Energy for a study of the PUC admin HVAC system in the amount of $5,500.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The next item up is for security cameras.
Yeah, as you know, in the news, there's been a lot of information on threats to municipal assets. It's been on the rise, and they're really strongly encouraging security of these assets. As you know, we had our own issues in the past, and so this is arising from that. We've met with a few different camera companies. We received quotes from 3 of them. 2 of the quotes are from a system that is in the cloud, and one of the quotes is for a system that is on premises. And so what we're looking to do is, the one that we chose actually was in the on-cloud proposal, mainly because of cost. It was more reasonable, as well as the flexibility. With the on-premise, we would have needed to know exactly what we were doing, where our cameras were going, all of that ahead of time, and we wanted to kind of phase this process in. And so it just works, it's just more flexible for the utility. We identified different areas that we feel security cameras are necessary. In phase 1, we're looking at putting cameras on the administration building, the electric distribution garage, and that's going to also include the fuel station and the oil recycle center that we have down there, the water treatment building, the Northside substation, the Material Distribution Center, 20th Lift, and the Hutchinson Interconnect on the KC Road. We chose those because they are maybe a little bit more critical. Phase 2 will have secondary installations, and then Phase 3 will be potential. If we don't feel the coverage is good enough, then we could potentially go to phase 3. So the first phase has about 15 cameras. We're looking at installing the cameras on the buildings and also having a camera within the power plant. And so, or having a monitor within the power plant. And so, since the power plant is monitored 24/7, that would be up and running while they're in the control room. So we would have an added point of security as well. So the ones we chose were Vicata camera system, and the quote that you see is for all of the 15 cameras for phase 1, as well as the software to monitor those cameras. This was a budgeted item. We had $60,000 budgeted. They were in various departmental buildings because at the time of budgeting, we didn't really know where it was going to go. But there'll be an additional amount budgeted for the future phases.
And we don't have anything today, correct?
We have nothing today.
So, yeah,
No.
I think it's critical to start monitoring those assets
Yep.
out there.
All right, I'll offer the motion to authorize the city manager to accept the quote from Zavaro in the amount of $55,056.30 for phase 1 installation of the Verkada security camera system on the new and public utility facilities.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Last item is our report of claims.
I'll offer the motion to accept the list of claims paid in the amount of $3,491,579.55.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Do any of the commissioners have anything else to comment on? If not, we're adjourned. Thank you, everybody.